Do you know the famous saying, the early bird catches the worm? Well, fuck the worm and the birds, I can't sleep.
You look like Paul the Alien.
I've had the odd comment about it on my YouTube, and I've also seen it quite a bit online with people switching the way they take in Kaftrio. So they're taking what they would have took in the morning at night and vice versa. Apparently, that's helping people sleep better. I was thinking about doing that, but I wanted a bit of advice before I did it, because when I change anything or I'm concerned about anything, the first thing I do is phone the doctors, because I like it to come from them as well. So I've given them a ring. The nurse that I spoke to said she didn't have a clue, which is fair enough because it's all new in it. But she's going to get the doctor to either phone me back or get the information off the doctor, whether it's effective, whether they've heard of it, whether it works, and how I can do it safely. I'll give you an update once they've given me a ring. First thing to point out is I'm still not dressed. I probably don't intend to get dressed today. I'm working from home. No hair, don't care. Second thing is the doctor has just phoned me and he's given me quite a good insight to the sleeping thing. So obviously this discussion was between me and him, and I give him my situation and he's speaking to me. So, if you want to take it with a pinch of salt, take it with a pinch of salt. But I think it might be useful for anyone who's kind of in a similar position and is thinking about switching. So straight away, the first thing he said was, there is no point in you switching from your arranged way of doing Kaftrio. And he gave me a few good reasons. I'm trying to remember now because I've just come off and told Liv, and now I'm trying to recap it all in my head. So for a start, he said, your quality of sleep is probably much better now, despite having less in a night, because your REM sleep, which is when you're like dead to the world, dreaming out of it, I think, that is more undisturbed than usual, because even when you cough and you roll about and stuff like that and you don't wake up, it's still cutting you out of that deep sleep into a light sleep. So you go light, heavy, light, heavy, light, heavy. Whereas now you're sleeping like flat out, and in that sense your body probably doesn't need as much sleep. Or your body, it's not like your body doesn't need as much sleep, your body's not used to having such sort of fine sleep that it sends your body into sort of almost sleep shock, and you wake up because your body's like, oh my god, I've been asleep for 7 hours straight here, what's happening here? You've also got as well that your body is fighting less infection from your lungs, your bowel, your pancreas, everything basically. Your body is fighting less during the day. So again, when you go to bed, you don't feel as fatigued as you did before you started Kaftrio. So then your body's recovery time is a lot quicker. And it said your metabolic rate works better. Now, I'm not an expert on, all metabolic rates and everything, but that's something to do with what I've just said, in that your metabolic rate is sped up. You'll have to Google that, but all sounds like a good thing, to be honest. He said during the trials for the medication, most people's sleep settled back down to normal. It was just the initial shock. So I've been on it for 20 odd days now, and he said that you're probably going to start settling down in 6 to 8 weeks when your body's really embedded it. Same with, and this is a little bit off topic from the sleep, same with the lungs. I've been coughing up them plugs, and I've been coughing up more. He said that, like we thought anyway, like I thought and you've probably thought, you're now getting more air and more liquid behind, the bits where it was probably blocked off before. So that's going to keep continuously bringing them out, but that usually settles down. And the final thing he said was, it seems to be the case that no matter whether you have a purge or whether you're feeling this, you're feeling that, after about 3 months, 99% of people end up in the exact same place. Obviously not exact same lung functions, but they come to the exact same agreement. Your lung function usually goes right up, and your side effects kind of fade off a little bit. So I hope that was useful information. Obviously a lot of it was very specific to me, in terms of I've told him my situation, what I'm coughing up, how I'm sleeping, the exercise that I do and stuff like that. But I feel like a lot of it can be generally applied to everyone who starts the drug, just in case you was kind of you was rushing out to change things about it, or you were scared or concerned that you weren't sleeping. There is a logic behind it. It's not been studied massively, but that's the best educated guess that he could give me at the moment. It's let's be honest, it's a very, very educated guess, and it's better than me guessing or you guessing. That's pretty much today's update. If you're having trouble sleeping, bear with it, and it'll probably correct itself in time. He did say to me, if you're having any real concerns or you're walking along like a zombie, you're knackered and it doesn't stop, but give us a call and we'll have a look at it. I don't want to be on 35 sleeping pills per night just because I'm a little bit out of whack with my sleeping. So, bottom line is, I think, just bear with it and see how it goes. If it gets to the point where you can't deal with it anymore, then I'll start making changes, but it sounds like it's completely normal and it actually makes sense.